Guys, this is Paul. So today I'm going to speak to you about depression, lack of fulfillment, lack of purpose, just not feeling in a way that you deserve to, feeling the fulfillment in yourself you deserve for the guy that you are. And to do that, I'm going to really tell you a story about one of my clients. So a guy comes to me, a wonderful guy, great guy in every single way, maybe 5 years ago now. And, had worked incredibly hard over maybe 30 years to the point he was a director in the business that he worked at, massive business, thousands of employees. He's director at the business that he worked in. And, for obviously those 30 years, the main focus was on that. So it was on achievement, earning more and doing those types of things, which is an awesome thing to do. And he was a great guy, loving guy, kind guy. He was the guy in the office that everyone came to with the problems. Everyone came to him and he was supportive, he was helpful. He's an epic guy, a wonderful guy in every single way. But he came to me at a different point in his life. So at a point he just got divorced. His children had just left. He felt really, really depressed in himself. He wasn't sleeping. And, he's really battered inside. His emotional health, his mental health was really, really trashed. And it's strange really because I spoke to him and, for maybe the last pretty much all of his life, he had unbelievably high emotional health, unbelievably high, and felt great in himself in every single way. So how did he get there? How did he get to that point where, suddenly depression creeps up on us? Suddenly not feeling fulfilled in your life creeps up on you. Suddenly you get divorced for seemingly no reason. He got the type of divorce where, it's completely, it's just decides to break up. So there's no animosity, there's no screaming, there's no shouting, just two people that the connection had perished over years and years and years and years and years. And then they just consciously thought, we probably shouldn't bother being together anymore. Okay, then bye. We've grown up our kids, and they left in that type of way, which is fine if that's what they want to do. But they didn't want to do that, and it caused all kinds of problems for both of them in every single way. And it's just frustrating, isn't it? I believe in congruent success. I believe that you deserve to succeed in all areas of your life. You deserve to succeed financially, in your relationships, emotionally and physically. Yep, I deserve that. You 100% deserve that as a minimum in your life, because succeeding at the expense of something else is failure, isn't it? Is failure. And if you do that, there'll be all kinds of costs and conflicts because of it. So getting to the point, this is really a pattern that many people follow who come and see me, and the pattern he followed was really putting himself last. So people always ask me, Paul, what does it take for me to have epic mental health or to feel good myself forever? And there's only one way to do it. The only way to do it is to put yourself first. Yep, people don't want to, but it's the only way to do it. If you put yourself last, then you'll continuously overstretch yourself, do things to make you tense, do things to make you feel frustrated. So anyway, getting back to the point. So he believed in himself, maybe unconsciously, maybe through his parenting, that I should be a martyr. I should just literally be the martyr, take on board everyone else's pain, everyone else's stress, everyone else's conflict, and that makes me a good guy, makes me an awesome guy, makes me a loving guy, and that's the right way to succeed. And that's what he did. So he's a guy that would never cheat on his wife, that would never do anything wrong, that always turned up to work on time. Great guy in every single way, but it didn't work. Yeah, but that strategy did not work for him. It just led to epic a breakdown in his life and failure on every level, because then eventually, because of the depression, then he had to give up the 30-year, 30 years to get to that point where maybe it had 10, 15 years more, he had earned a huge amount of money and topped up his pension massively, and he couldn't do it. Because of the conflicts that it caused him. So his journey was one of just doing those two things, doing those subtle habits every single day that leads you in a certain direction. And anyone that does this at some point in their life is probably guaranteed to get depressed. So it's firstly always putting yourself last, trying to be a martyr. Your parents taught you as a young age a moralistic perspective on the world, and that the best way to be is be a nice person. I'm not saying it is or isn't, I'm just saying when you take that on as a philosophy, as a way to live your life, you have the tendency to seek validation, to do things to meet others' needs and never put yourself last. So you get worn down. So maybe in his guy's 20s, 30s and 40s, he was always going downhill. He ignored it, and he only started to think about it after he got depressed, after he couldn't sleep, after he became really anxious, and then obviously his wife left him because there's no connection there. So she felt, why should she help him during that difficult time? He then had to move out of the house on his own, and it caused all kinds of pain, all kind of conflict, in that type of way. And it's a real challenging one, isn't it? It's a real, frustrating and challenging one. Whereas Whereas when you're understanding yourself, that putting yourself first is the only way to live your life, it makes things different. So there's two approaches you can take. So most of the guys follow this approach, which is the approach that I follow for much of my life, whereas looking at what you can do for people, being kind, being honest, buying things from people, cleaning up after people, helping with their problems, and using all your energy in an expansive way going outward to help people. And there's the other approach you can take. There's the approach of saying, well, the most important thing, the greatest gift I can give to anyone is my happiness. Yeah, if I'm happy, I don't really need to do anything. I'm just positively influencing the people around me. My relationships are flowing naturally. My children are happy. My wife's happy. Everyone's feeling great. My colleague clients at work are happy. Everyone's feeling great, and I'm feeling great. So instead of putting all that energy, expansive energy outward to try and get people to feel better and to try and improve their lives, just putting it inward and towards yourself and doing things for yourself that make you feel good and that make you that happy, confident, powerful, strong, bold, awesome, person in your own life. It's a different way, isn't it? Different way of looking at it. And many men, follow that other pattern where they continuously put everyone else last, becoming more and more worn down until they get frustrated or angry or depressed or anxious, and then because they'd set themselves up to fail, they set themselves up for all these people around them, their children, their wife, their partner, the people at work. Everyone expects so much of them by them doing things that they get caught in that trap that when they are getting worn down, they have to do those things more, and it just continuously goes around that circle until they get burnt out, worn down, and feel horrifically awful in themselves. And at that point, they tend to call me up. And it's a conflicting conversation, isn't it? Because when you can see it's a simple choice that someone's made, someone has poorly executed over decades to lead them to that point, it's a shame, isn't it? It's a real shame, because he could have had a tremendously more successful life without any of that conflict, just by simply taking care of his emotional health and using anxiety and stress really as a compass, to understand the direction you're moving forward in life. And if suddenly you don't feel good, you then move back forward. It's not a problem, isn't it? But what did he do is what I did as well, is they ignored the signs, 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 until it was almost too late. So yeah, that's something to focus on, isn't it? Just begin to focus on within yourself. Do you try and meet other people's needs around you just purely by doing things for them? Or do you meet their needs by putting that energy towards yourself, and just by you being an awesome guy, just by you being an amazing person, just by you feeling great in yourself, knowing that the greatest gift you can give is your happiness to other people. If you set yourself up by being the doer, you'll be doing things, chucking out all your energy to people for your entire life. If you put some of that energy towards yourself, you'll meet all these people's emotional needs on a deeper level, and you won't have to continuously stress yourself, doing things for people continuously, because you're meeting their needs in a different way. It's quite a conflicting one, that, wasn't it? Quite a conflicting one, but I hope it's kind of made some sense in your mind about some of the core conflicts that have led to the challenges that you have right now in your life. And when I work with people, often it's making simple shifts that change the entire direction of your life. Because it is simple things, isn't it? It's simple things that have led us in that direction. But unless we deal with the core resistances about why someone's making these choices, why intelligent, capable people are making awful choices that can't lead to success, then nothing is really going to change. Cool. Hope that's kind of illuminated things and made sense to you in that type of way. So any challenges that you have in your life, any insecurities, any anxieties, any stresses that you have, these things are pointers to you, pointers to understand and to make better choices towards yourself, not to ignore and continuously putting all that energy. Because if you do that, one day you won't have that emotional energy, that mental energy, that physical energy, and you'll burn out. You'll just be overwhelmed, stressed, depressed, anxious, and it simply won't work over the long term. Okay, guys, hope that's helped.